guys? It's been a while, hasn't it? Okay, let's give some life updates. One, I was sick for a while there. It was over the course of a few days, just had the sniffles. I felt really crappy, so I postponed a lot of the creation of my videos. Also, I found myself really feeling like this kind of weight on me that like as the subscribers began to grow and as we're moving towards almost 300 subscribers now, I started to feel like what if what I produce is not good enough and it doesn't attract the same level of attention, and I had to remind myself that's not why I create. I create to spread a message, to be an activist, an advocate for people whose voices aren't heard, for the unheard actually. And I really enjoy just contributing, especially from a youthful perspective, to this type of mental health space here on YouTube. Also just within the community and queer people and people of color. So I think it's a great privilege and a great honor that I carry. And sometimes I just have this perfectionist attitude about me that what I'm producing and what I'm giving the world in that regard is just not good enough, which really isn't possible because it's my best. And what's my best is good enough for me. So that's all that really matters. But today's video is called Learning to Love, the Reason for Your Pain. Now, I've been through a lot lately, and I don't necessarily like to get into the logistics of it all because I don't think that's necessary to communicate my message. But when I say learning to love the reason for your pain, I don't mean necessarily the situation that occurred with a person or even yourself. I just mean the untangible reason that has caused you the heartache and the stress, the lack of sleep, the jealousy, the hatefulness. Learn to love why you're feeling the way you are. So this is something you could call a technique or a strategy, but I really did a lot of thinking because I had something happen in my life that was very shocking and very hurtful to me not even that long ago. And something that I learned to love was the fact that pain is shocking and pain is hurtful, right? Pain has this jarring effect on our lives. But what does it do? Pain provokes change. And with change comes growth. So let's start on that first part. Let's start with change. Your life is going in one direction, moving with the rhythm of your choices, right? And then something called pain comes and intervenes. Why is that important? Why does that need to happen? And this video addresses why it needs to happen, but also addresses that the rhythm of your life and the choices you make are so heavily impacted by fate. But destiny places you right back on the path that you should have originally been on before pain had to interfere. So when we talk about being present and being mindful and being cognizant of the power and the weight of our choices on a day-to-day basis, when we suppress the truth, when we suppress our self-love and dignity, when we suppress the things that allow for us to recognize the fact that pain could be provoked from our decisions, it's forced to intervene because of fate. And because fate is telling our bodies, telling our minds that the rhythm in which our song, and this is our life, is singing is incorrect. It's out of tune. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel right. It's a bumpy, rough, jagged sensation. It's horrible. Pain is a shocking, horrible feeling, but it's not a horrible experience. Why isn't the feeling connected to the experience? Well, let me tell you this. Because when you feel pain, what happens? Change. And with change comes the experience that pain then offers you. Pain is the emotion that provokes the change that causes the growth, and that as a whole is the experience that pain offers you when it's redirecting the course of your life. So what do you do now that you know that the pain you're feeling is a separate part and piece of the healing journey that is going to spur the growth that causes you to change your previous thoughts and feelings about the predicament in which you found yourself in? What are you going to do now? For one, you need to know why you resisted, why you allowed for your heart to fail your intuition. Why? Why did you stay for so long? Why did you allow yourself to believe that the predicament in which you were in was okay? What was missing within you that could be filled or completed by whatever the source was that made you believe that it was okay to be in pain? Figure out the why. Figure out the answer for the continuation of the pain, the provocation of the pain. And once you have that figured out, you understand why change was forced upon you and not a choice. Because when you had the choice, when your intuition whispered in your ear, when fate said, I will intervene, when the red flags appeared, when you lost friends, when you were warned by family, you did not step away. So asking yourself these hard questions is really what's going to help you analyze why pain was tolerable when it was a choice and why it's not tolerable now that it's not. Because the entire experience, you were experiencing pain, but you just did not tolerate it. And now you're choosing not to because it's something that's reappearing and it's working against. It's roughing up that traction against your choices and against the result of them. So what do we do with that? After we figured out the why, what is the next step? Well, we have to look at the current state of our soul, the current state of our body, of our mind. Because these are separate things. We may have a vessel for a body, we may have a mind, but the soul underneath it, the fabric of our being, has been damaged. We have been told, we've convinced ourselves that pain can be tolerated when love is a catalyst, when comfort, when security, when status is a catalyst for all of these decisions that allow for us to remain tolerant of pain. And I ask you today to stop. Stop experiencing the same pain so that you can feel that status, that security, that confidence, and that feeling of completion outside of yourself. It could be a new job that's causing you pain, a person, a family member, a pet. It could be anything, as ridiculous as that may sound. But once you recognize that your tolerance for pain is a choice, that's when the change starts to happen before it's forced on you. Because it doesn't have to be a recovery process picking up the shattered pieces of your soul off the floor every single time that you've experienced the feeling of pain. But every single time you experience this healing process, you can decide to show up differently. You can decide to prevent the things that have caused you to be in pain in the past. It's a choice to continue this journey, to go down this tunnel of self-degradation. It is a choice to tolerate the pain that has caused your life to spiral out of control without your say. It is a choice. So I leave you with this. If you're choosing pain today, know why. And once you know why, have the strength to leave behind anything and everything that gets in the way of your soul being free, of your mind being clear and your body being at ease. Because in the end of the day, nobody can put a price on your peace. And if you are in pain or if you aren't in pain, your fate will intervene at some point. And it will either help you or it will halt you, and it will tell you that you need to go down another path because the one that you have selected for yourself is just not good enough. Love you guys. Bye.